I would like to ask Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Munoz, to now present the 2012-2013 school budget.
Thank you, Madam President. Members of the board, the audience tonight, and Elizabeth residents at home and the public watching us on EPS TV. We will present the 2012-2013 school budget. Tonight's presenters will be our Comptroller, Dr. William Greene, and our Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning, Olga Hugemeyer. Dr. Greene.
Madam President, members of the board, and our audience at home, we present tonight the Elizabeth Board of Education 2012-2013 budget. We have been, for this year, for the 2012-2013 school budget, we are able to meet our mission with zero tax increase. For the last 2 years in a row, in 2011-2012, we were able to accomplish our mission and our vision with no tax increase, and again this year, for the 2012-2013 budget, again there will be no tax increase. Our vision is the Elizabeth Public Schools will be one of the best school systems in America. Our mission is that the Elizabeth Public Schools will provide excellent educational experiences and services to inspire every student to think, to learn, to achieve, and to care. And for us to accomplish our mission, we present our budget for the 2012-2013 school year. For our revenues total $487,804,585, of which $411,406.7 million or 84.3% of our revenue come from state aid. And then we receive $48,673.3 thousand of local general tax revenue, which represents about 10% of our revenue. And then our federal aid, $16,571.4 thousand, which represents about 3.4% of our budgeted revenue. We have appropriated balances from fund balance of $10,350.5 thousand, which represents about 2.3% of our budgeted revenue. And then we have miscellaneous revenue, $762.6 thousand, which represents 0.2% of our revenue. And therefore, since our revenue equals $487,804.6 thousand, we spend it in this way. 77.3% of our revenue, of our expenditures, are directly to the classroom. $376,995,000 go directly to our education. The regular portion of that is $25.5 million. Support services is about $26.7 million. Special education, we spend $26.5 million. And in the co-curricular activities, it makes up about $2.7 million. And then we have state and federal programs, which add $62.4 million. Our contribution to whole school reform, or that which goes to the schools, totals $232,562,000. And then for special schools, or charter schools, and our adult schools and so forth, we have $734,000. 77.3% of our budget is spent in the classroom. And then we have other expenses, which make up about 9.8%, total amount of $47,943,000, of which employee benefits is a great portion of that. Over half of that is $25,541,000. And then we have transportation of $14,244,000. And then we have a capital outlay. That's the equipment and the furniture and all of the items that make up that building repairs and building things. All make up, that capital outlay is about $7,839,000. 9.8% of our budget is spent in relation to other expenditures. And then the operation of and maintenance of the plant. That's keeping our schools safe and healthy. 9.4% of our budget, or $46,043,000. And then a portion of that has to go to administration, 3.5%, which is $16,824,000. And how does that relate from a per pupil cost? Our total per pupil cost for the 2012-2013 school year is $17,673, of which, again, the largest portion of that per pupil cost is made up of classroom instruction, $10,673,000. And then we have a minor portion going around the chart, equipment costs and community services and special schools is about $79. Operations and maintenance of plant per pupil cost is $2,526. And then we have the co-curricular activities, athletics and the other band and so forth, $160. Now there are support services, which are listed here as attendance, health services, guidance services. They represent about $2,731 of that pupil cost. But then as we move around the pie chart, administration is about $1,504. Now, the state regional limit for administration for our region is, per pupil cost, is $1,812. But therefore we see that our administration is below that, and that is $1,504. For our financial accomplishments for the year that just ended, we received an unqualified independent auditor's opinion on the comprehensive annual financial report for the year ended June 30th, 2011. And we also received an unqualified independent auditor's opinion, which is the highest opinion, on compliance with requirements of state laws. We complied with all regulations. We were superb in our contract and grant applications to federal and state programs for the year ended June 30th, 2011. We've presented the financial portion of the budget that allows us to now make our vision and our mission in educating our students. And to present that portion, present our Assistant Superintendent, Olga Hugemeyer.